It's not checks, it's checks that I have for that. Which I would care. So I said, get your calls. I'm already today. When they say it's free, and it's there. Yeah, but we can't. This is business and this is on the start. But see, I mean, really, why is it because he gives his own stamp. And that's what's together. I can't make that.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the regular meeting of the Kaufman County Commissioners Court. Today is Monday, July the 13th, and we'll call the court to order. If you would like to address the court here at the beginning of the meeting, we do have a sign-in sheet here over on the table by the sheriff, and if you'd like to do that, feel free to go ahead and sign up. We'll begin this morning with our invocation. Then we'll do both of our pledges, and then we'll hear remarks from visitors. So if you'll stand with me. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the opportunity that we have as citizens of this great country, of this state, this great state, and of our county, this great county. Lord, we thank you that we have the freedom in America to gather together and discuss business that pertains to our citizens and to our taxpayers. Lord, we ask for your guidance and your wisdom and your patience with us as we travel through the issues of county business. We thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross so that we can have and can have everlasting life. Lord, we thank you for your amazing grace, grace that we are not entitled to, grace that is beyond anything that any of us can imagine. Lord, help us keep that in mind as we go about our daily lives. Help us remember those that are less fortunate than we are. Help us remember and pray for our first responders, our military, and all of the people that put their lives in harm's way, our firemen, police, deputies, whatever, all of those who put themselves in harm's way to protect us. Be with us now. These things we ask in thy Son's holy name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
No time to all right, well, what I'd like to do, we do have a couple of recognitions that I would like to make at the very beginning of the meeting. This was sent out as an addendum to our regular meeting, and they're listed as item 19 and 20. The first one is to discuss and consider proclaiming July the 21st as Zelma Bowles Day in Kaufman County. And so Mrs. Bowles will be celebrating her 104th birthday, I believe, later on this week. And it is quite a significant event. And we do have a proclamation that we will read here just in a few moments. She is not able to be with us today. Her actual birthday is July 21st. She had planned on being here, but physically was just not able to make it to the meeting today. So we do have that proclamation. And then we have, and if you would, I'd entertain a motion to approve that proclamation as we will present. I have a motion from Commissioner Allen and a second from Commissioner Shane. All in favor say aye. Those opposed. And we do have a second item, and that is to discuss and consider proclaiming July the 12th through the 18th as pretrial probation and parole supervision officers week in Kaufman County. We do have a resolution for them, and moment. Do we have any discussion about that? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Alan makes that motion. Commissioner Phillips seconds the motion. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. And so let me sign these.
Let me get that one late time.
Okay, we'll get to it just in a second. I'd like to read this first one, and I don't, is there anyone here from Mrs. Bowles' family today that would like to be recognized? If not, Mrs. Bowles lives down in the Rosser area, I believe, and perhaps Commissioner, you and I can deliver this to her sometime later on around her birthday. So this says, whereas Zelma Bowles will celebrate her 104th birthday on July the 21st, 2015, and whereas she has lived a long and productive life demonstrating in countless ways her dedication to her family, her church, schools, and her community, and whereas she graduated from Kaufman ISD in 1930, she was married to Raymond Bowles for 46 years, and together they raised one son, Donald Ray Bowles. She has been a member of the Scurry Church of Christ for over 80 years. That's pretty significant. She taught school for 33 years, coached basketball, and continued to tutor area students for 23 more years. And whereas to her community, she is well known and highly acclaimed as a loving and selfless caregiver to anyone in need, tirelessly and quietly accepting of her time and the resources to support the community. She truly is an inspiration and an asset to Kaufman County. Therefore, we, the Kaufman County Commissioners Court, do hereby proclaim the 21st day of July 2015 as Zelma Bowles Day in Kaufman County, and do join all residents of Kaufman County in congratulating Zelma Bowles on the occasion of her 104th birthday, signed this 13th day of July 2015. So let's give her another round of applause. And David Daniel, are you here, David?
Yes, sir.
Hey, David, I'll meet you down in front here just a second, and we'll do this to you since you're here. David, as you know, or some of you will know, is our new adult probation officer. And he has been with us about a year now, I guess.
July 1st, 1 year.
1 year, that's pretty close to a year then, I would say. So we appreciate the work David is doing. And David, if you'll step around here, let me read this. It says, whereas community corrections is an essential part of the justice system, and whereas community correction professionals uphold the law with dignity while recognizing the right of the public to be safeguarded from criminal activities, and whereas community correction professionals are responsible for supervising adults and juvenile offenders in the county and the community, and whereas community correction professionals are trained professionals who provide services and referrals for offenders, and whereas community correction professionals work in partnership with community agencies and groups, and whereas community correction professionals promote prevention, intervention, and advocacy, and whereas community correction professionals provide services, support, and protection for victims, and whereas community correction professionals advocate community and restorative justice, and whereas community correction professionals are a true force for positive change in their communities. Now, therefore, to be resolved that the Commissioners Court of Kaufman County do hereby proclaim July the 12th through the 18th, 2015, as pretrial probation and community supervision week, and urge all citizens to honor these community correction professionals and to recognize their achievements. There also is attached a proclamation from Governor Greg Abbott, and I will not read that. It's very similar in nation. But just so you will know, those of you that are not familiar, the probation department, adult probation department in our county is located at the Terrell Sub Courthouse. And they service, I believe, 1,700 probationers.
Directly reporting to us is 1,235. We're responsible for 2,001.
Okay, so it's a pretty good sized office, as you can see. It also, they do community service. Many of their sentences, when they are made, involve community service, and David has really stepped up to the plate. And now we have a number of their community service officers currently. For example, one of the things they're doing is painting the exterior of the sub courthouse in Terrell. And so we furnish the paint, they furnish the labor. And even actually he mentioned to me that you have a couple of professional painters that...
We have 3 professional painters that are on supervision that are donating their time and assisting. And equipment.
And so that's a good thing for us, and it's a good thing for them because they can put their talents to use. So anyway, would you join me now? And do you have any of your staff here with you today?
They are all seen offenders in the office.
All right, they're all good. And you might know also this is a self-supporting program because the offenders have to pay a probation fee. So it's a win-win, and it hopefully gets people back on their feet. So let's give David and his staff a round of applause. All right, we'll go back. I believe we do have one person that has signed in, and that is John Elsner from 107 East 7th Street, I believe, here in Kaufman. Mr. Elsner, if you're here, you'd like to come forward and you'd like to speak on the subject of outside counsel, we welcome you this morning, and you have 3 minutes to state your opinion.
Okay. Good morning to you, sir, and the rest of the Commissioners Court. The issue about having an outside party would be, one could compare it to like having a second opinion. If you have a medical issue regarding your health that's going to involve some kind of big procedure or surgery, you're not going to be the first one to say, okay, let's go for it. You're going to be inclined to, well, let me see about a second opinion. And that's not to be, not a bad thing towards your doctor that's treating you, but it's just, just in case. And as far as having the outside legal help, in due respect of the help that's being gathered now, there are times when a specialist that's, knows what's going on in a more precise manner, a more frequent manner, that when you have issues dealing with the county and it has something to do with area that where it might be more in tune with the expertise of those that actually deal with that kind of situation, to garner their opinion and get some of their recommendations on it. And plus, by having an outside third party, you're getting somebody that's outside the realm that, they can't be finger pointing towards any commissioners or anybody else that, well, this individual, this is what they major in, to a part of expression, and this is their expertise, see what they got to say. And so I strongly urge y'all to keep that in consideration, that it's not a bad thing. It's good to get outside the box to present that and say, okay, well, let's look at it, because when you have a third party outside that comes in, you got to bring in some ideas that may not have been presented before. So that's, strongly urge y'all to keep that consideration, to not to abandon the idea, but to take it under consideration proceed with that direction. And that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Elder. All righty, the next item on the agenda is routine correspondence, and unless somebody has some routine correspondence, I don't believe I have anything to distribute. The next item would be the consent agenda, and that would be, item A would be to accept the minutes for May the 11th, two sets for May the 12th, and May the 26th, 2015, May the 29th, 2015, June 1st, 2015, June 2nd, 2015, June the 8th, 2015, and June 15th, 2015. Item B would be to discuss and consider approving Farmers Electric Cooperative to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 240 to Samuel Road, Kaufman County Precinct 3. Item C would be to discuss and consider approving deputation of Jerry Kitchens Jr. as Reserve Deputy Constable in Precinct 2. And item D would be to discuss and consider distribution of Texas Motor discounted, the Texas Motor Speedway discounted links for Kaufman County employees to receive discounted races or discounted tickets to races as well. Offer that was extended by Texas Motor Speedway. Does anybody have any questions on any item as it relates to the consent agenda?
No questions.
All right, we have a motion from Commissioner Shane, and a second by Commissioner Rosali. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Those opposed. Item number 3 will be from here for T. Louis to discuss and consider accepting the donation of a decontamination trailer from Texas Health Resources Kaufman, valued at $225,000 for the use in the emergency decontamination of emergency personnel and services in Kaufman County. Steve?
Yes, sir. This trailer, we've actually had it for about 2 years as an extended loan from Texas Health Resource. It was purchased under a grant. They had to wait till the end of the performance period for the grant to officially donate it to the county. It became obsolete because their needs changed and they didn't need it anymore. It would be a tremendous asset to this county because currently, other than that, there is nothing to decontaminate anybody in our county. To wait on something to get here could take as long as an hour or more. So this would be beneficial. Its upkeep is very minimal, so it's not going to cost the county a whole lot. If you choose to accept the donation, I would like to change the lettering to reflect Kaufman County on it, which would be a little bit, but other than that, I think this will be a tremendous asset for our county.
Anybody have any questions about that?
Do you have anybody trained?
We have a few people trained in decontamination. I would like to get some more of our firefighters trained to perform that task as we go forward.
Who are they in the sheriff's department or your department?
They're the ones that are trained are in various fire departments around the county.
What's it gonna cost to have it ready?
I haven't gotten the price on changing the lettering.
No, well, what you need inside for decontamination.
It's ready.
It's ready?
It's ready to go.
Anything, just let it.
We might, in the long run, we might have to purchase some more Tyvek suits unless you want folks to come out in their birthday suit. But other than that, I don't think there would be.
What kind of consumables do we need to make this thing roll out?
Well, as it's used, we've already got the Tyvek suits and towels and things like that already are present. That was donated with it. As we use things, we'll need to replace them. Most of that can come through my budget with minimal impact on my budget or anything else in the county. It's a big thing. We'll be calling other folks in.
Have we ever had to use it?
We have not yet. There has been a time in the past where we needed it and didn't have it over in Florida.
Where will this unit be housed?
It'll stay out there at the Armory where my office is located, and we'll keep it up.
Yeah, do we have a carport or something that will stay in?
No, sir, it's quite big. you know.
I know, but the sun takes a toll, pressure, but
Yes, sir, it does. It was never housed under a carport when Texas Health had it. You know, as we move forward out there, if we come upon the funds to put some kind of cover for it, that would be great. At the current time, it's not old enough that I'm concerned with that.
well, I mean, it wouldn't take long to get old. So you might consider looking at that.
Is that some type of car?
Are you concerned I do that?
Some kind of carport
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, something, shit, the sun off of it.
Next question.
When they donate that to you, and are they gonna give you paperwork, title,
Yes,
and all
ma'am.
that stuff? We need to make sure we get it recorded.
I'll bring copies.
Since it's over the 5,000.
Plus, we'll need to add it to our insurance if it's not already added, I'm sure.
It has not, because it's still
Their
been
property.
considered their property.
Other questions?
The fire department, they're not already trained in decontamination when they go through their school.
Some of them that are from the Metroplex are the volunteer departments. The best I can tell, there's no requirements for decontamination training in their programs at this point.
You think they should?
Now, hazardous material is what decontamination falls under.
I know.
So we don't have decontamination teams out there. We have to rely on Garland and Dallas for that service.
Okay, we got a motion.
Got a motion,
Second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, thank you, Steve.
Now, who made it? We didn't hear the first one.
We
didn't hear.
We should turn that up a little bit. Were you having trouble hearing us?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Jimmy made the motion, I second.
Who made it? Jimmy first off.
Jimmy.
Oh,
I second.
Let me turn that up. All right, the next item also is from Steve, item number 4, to discuss and consider ending the disaster declaration and extension for Kaufman County approved by the Commissioners Court on June 1st, 2015.
We have stopped having all the rain, and the declaration is predominantly a response action. We are now moving into the recovery action so that the declaration is no longer needed, and we can rescind that. I have checked with the Texas Division of Emergency Management, and they concur that we can drop it at this point and continue on in our recovery efforts.
So this will not affect any of our monies coming?
No, sir, it will not.
Okay.
Do we have a question, any other questions?
And then would that be effective today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Commissioner Shane makes a motion, Commissioner Phillips seconds the motion. All in favor say aye. Those opposed. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay. Item number 5 is from our HR Director, Lori Floyd, to discuss and consider approving changes to the deferred compensation plan with TAC. And do we have documentation there? And do you have any questions about this?
Can you give us a summary of it?
Yeah, this is, we've had valid, I believe, since 2005, was when the original contract was signed with them. We've updated it over the years to allow employees to take loans out on it, things like that. A lot of the regulations are controlled by IRS. A question came out, we had an employee that was trying to, she wanted to close out her account to draw our funds, and our plan did not allow for that, so that's the only thing we're amending in this, is to allow the employees to withdraw their money if they want to, or roll it over into a similar LAC plan while they're still employed with us. Previously, they have not been employed with us to do anything with it. It's not changing it, it's not doing anything, it's just allowing them more options.
I got one comment on page 1, only one paragraph on there. In the very center of the paragraph, it says, "This document has not been approved by the Internal Revenue Service."
Yeah, I've got to send it to them after we send it.
So they approve it after we
Yeah,
pass it.
Yeah. I've got to send it to Valor, and they take care of it on their end after we make the changes that we want.
Just want to make sure that the form is what
Yeah, it came from Valor. I got it from the guy.
All right, we got a motion from Commissioner Phillips, we have a second.
Second.
Commissioner Allen makes a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Item number 6 is to review and consider execution of site lease agreements, replacement of communications equipment with the Elmo Water Supply Cooperative and the Combine Water Supply Corporation. I believe these have to do with the 911 radio equipment. Do you have anyone that has any questions about these? I believe, Rebecca, you have reviewed these and they're all in line as far as any legal issues are concerned.
Yeah, I helped draft them with Lieutenant Moore, back in May, when you guys had asked us to bring the site lease agreements back to the court. And then he was able to negotiate with them, and we got a $10 a year raise, so it's basically just consideration. Very nice, companies. They've been very, good to deal with, and I think that lease agreement's more than fair to the county.
The purpose of these, of course, would be to have the repeater system, or whatever we call it nowadays, so they can
Place
be
inside.
county-wide.
And this is 2 out of 3 sites that we're going to use, is that right, Sheriff?
Yeah, one here at the jail.
That we're going to use, existing one of these.
And then these two, which hopefully will get the county covered.
Is Lieutenant Moore the one that should be signing these contracts?
I think we'll take court action, and then I will sign it.
They can terminate it in 90 days.
No, they have to give 2 years' notice.
One of the big concerns that.
Saw 2 years in there, one spot.
Well, lease termination.
If it's from the end of the game, or not.
But this says, the way it says, so you're gonna estimate that means they do damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Says it's very much about help. Not that they will,
No, the 2 years is correct.
2 years is correct.
That was one of the lieutenant's main concerns with the budget cycle, so we had to plan for it. So in case they did need to terminate the agreement, we would have plenty of notice.
just ask, says it.
We have other
That's what it
questions?
says.
Rebecca, do we need to rewrite the contract so that the judge signs it with Commissioner Court's approval? Should I have it?
I believe that we can just amend it and add this new to it. Versus, I mean, because we've already agreed to enter into the contract, so I think by the judge signing it, it's just making that the Commissioner's Court is now approving that document.
Okay, do we have other questions? So what's your pleasure?
Make a motion.
Mr. Phillips makes the motion, Mr. Allen seconds the motion. All in favor say aye. Those opposed? Thank you. All right, item number 7 is to discuss and consider approving Gage Riedelman as the Kaufman County Floodplain Administrator and 911 Administrator from the Public Works Department to the IT Department. Last week, we lost Danny Newton, who has been our longtime person in the Public Works Department, I believe, that has done the floodplain administration and also the 911. And so, Mr. York, Richard came by to see me earlier about, we got a way we might be able to make this work better and save money at the same time. So that was always curiosity. So, George, if you and Randy would like to tell us about this, That'd be good.
Yes, sir, it was rather short notice on Danny's retirement. He had some things come up in his life and trying to prepare. And being how the daily activities of the 911 address and floodplain administration and so forth needs to be done, we didn't want to lapse. I contacted George for some assistance on that because Gage is already doing a portion of the 911 other than the field, covering that and covering the field. And Gage was also somewhat familiar with the floodplain administration as far as the database is concerned, the ArcGIS mapping and so forth, things that are done with that. And after discussion with George, and he spoke with Gage was quite comfortable in it, so we just, we're asking the court, basically just moving from one department to the other, so the process could continue without interruption.
George, you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, so, I think it's a good opportunity for the county. Years ago, Danny was floodplain administrator and GIS coordinator. And his salary was, until Randy came along, that's what he did. And Randy started doing some other work. So basically, we're gonna take on the same operation for less than half the money. That's what he's degreed in GIS. He's doing a very good job. So he's gonna take on a role of two people. There was a GIS coordinator, and then there was an individual who was floodplain and 911 coordinator. He's gonna do all three.
Okay. And this will eliminate a position, I believe, in your department?
Yes, sir.
And cut back to maybe a part-time position or something?
Yes, sir. Danny had multiple duties, and those were part of it. Another portion of his duties were as a designated representative for the OSSF systems in the county. So, we request a portion of those monies that we're going to try it with just a part-time rather than trying to hire another person this time. And I believe we can contract, when we reach our peak periods, I believe we can contract out for the full-time person.
And obviously with additional responsibility, Gage, I'm sure you would like probably some additional compensation. And we'll approach that whenever we get into the budget planning for next year. We are, currently I think Danny has some extended leave we're paying for the budget, whatever, I don't know how much longer that lasts, but it was unexpected. Gage, I really appreciate you stepping up late at us.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, it's just, I just have the full umbrella of everything. So it's a piece of it.
Kind of fits together, looks like to me. Seems like a good move.
I think it will too. Yeah.
Okay. Commissioner, y'all have questions?
Where's he going to office?
Same place he is now.
Okay. So it's going to be the office taken out of South.
Yeah, and I think we even have a question that may need to be answered over pretty similar to.
I got some more.
Yeah.
I got a shovel ready to pop.
Yes.
He's going to make aware of that. He's been researching.
Does that mean you're withdrawing from him?
Oh, I'm still doing that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to let it down.
Other questions? You ready for the question?
Yes, sir. We'll make a motion.
Have a motion from Commissioner Allen and a second by Commissioner Phillips. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Those opposed. Thank you very much for working on that, Gage. We really appreciate you stepping up and playing the effort on short notice. All right, item number 8 is to discuss and consider allowing Freeze and Nichols Engineering to furnish professional services to inspect the structural integrity of the bridge on Old State Highway 34 north of Terrell City limits in Kaufman County Precinct 3. We were paid for this out of the professional line item services fund. Commissioner Shane contacted me about this last week. So Commissioner, I'll let you move forward with it.
Y'all have pictures in your package here. It's approximately 3/4 of a mile between Terrell City limits to the new Terrell, to the new 34 highway from the Greenville. And we're going to, Texas will put that in our road inventory, so I want to make sure that this big bridge is in good enough shape that we don't buy, get something, give to us, and then we'll do a lot of work on it. So, Beeson Nichols has said that they have people on staff that are structural engineers that will come and inspect it and do the job we need on this project. So I'd like,
They give us a cost estimate.
yeah, $3,000. That's what I had that on.
You might have, let me see it.
There's $3,000. That's all the truth.
And the good thing about this is the state is going to bring that portion of 34 that's outside the city limits over to the view 34. They're gonna get it up to their standards before we take it over. So Commissioner and I, Ken and I visited that some time ago, and the state has agreed to, before we accept this, they will bring it up to the standards. But this bridge is obviously an old bridge, and we don't want to set something that fall in again. So it ought to be good, bring them second set of eyes. Any other questions? All right, Commissioner Shane makes a motion, Commissioner Allen seconds the motion. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed. All right, item number 9 is to discuss and consider appointing Steve Huey, Brian Beavers, Josh Phillips, John Holcomb, Rick Townsend, and Jack Sebastian as a committee to review RFP number 01-15, Kaufman County Medical Services. And this is the ambulance service that we have a temporary agreement with, I believe now, with Caufman. So, yeah.
That is correct. We have 3 proposals that we're going over, and we have one for Caufman, Acadian, and AMR, and so we will speak up together. And review those, and we'll make a recommendation to each one of those folks.
So y'all have already formed the committee, and maybe y'all have already.
We've already kind of preliminary got started, yes. I welcome anything the court would like to make.
Could we have a commissioner for this group? Do you mind?
We can.
I'd like to ask Commissioner Phillips to be appointed to this committee also.
I would add, the last time we had one to committee, that's what did not vote, so I want to slow things down. I want to be aware of that.
Pardon, Jack, I didn't.
I just want to slow anything down. Last time we wanted to have the commissioner on committee on the project, we added them on there, but they did not vote on the project, so. First order, here you want to add. What you thinking? We'll get this thing rolling.
Form the committee,
Yeah. You won't serve that time.
We meet Wednesday with all 3 firms that are going to come out and do a demonstration. We're proud of the answer your questions. We're going to meet, 1, 2, and 3, I believe it is. Yes, Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
You'll get to hear again later anyway. You get to hear the recommendation later anyway.
Are you agreeable with that? Okay.
I know you did, we're busy.
Well, opportunity to serve right here, okay, so we got the names listed along with the recommendation that we have Commissioner Phillips, is that okay with everybody? Do I have a motion to approve from Commissioner Shane, do I have a second? Commissioner Solonic seconds, motion, all in favor say aye. Those opposed. Okay, and I think we're on pretty, what's the deadline for getting this approved, Jack and Steve?
I don't know if we have a deadline, we want to get it on as quick as we can.
I know that you had wanted us to proceed as quickly as possible on this, and, we're trying to get it as promptly as we can.
One of the things that we are aware of, that we, in the past, and currently, we are not paying a subsidy to this engine service. And so, hopefully that will continue. But if we are going to have to pay a subsidy, we need to know pretty quick so we can budget for it. So that's the reason I urge you to speed it up as fast as you can.
Wednesday at,
Farmers.
Farmers.
I'll give you a call involved. And I would add to that, we had just a Coleman note, we had 4 vendors that seemed interested in bidding on this. We had a mandatory pre-bid, and one of the vendors did not show up for that. And so I rejected their bids and mailed back to them. So she got it. I don't anticipate anything wrong.
He complained to me, and I respectfully told him he should have been at pre-bid conference, and so said he understood it. So you voted on that. All right, thank you very much. Steve, they'll get the information to you. Okay. All right, item number 10 is to discuss and consider accepting donation of use of land owned by Wiley Musser and Bill Bedrick on County Road 346 at FM 2728 for a temporary stockpile area in Kaufman County precinct. That should be number 3. I guess.
Yeah, it'll be in precinct 3, but it'll be for the use of precinct 1.
Oh, R1, okay. So you're that short. Okay, good.
And that's related to the milling of the material off of FM 2728.
Oh, okay.
And it's just about the center of the road, so if the trucking will cost us a lot less to stockpile it there than where we've been stockpiling it at precinct 3's north on FM 429.
Okay.
So that lower the cost of the final product, and they're willing to let us use it as long as we clean it up when we want. Good.
They didn't put a time limit on it?
No time. Provided the top of the agreement signed by Bill Bedrick.
Commissioner, how's the road material gonna be secured?
It's got a fence that goes.
There were a couple of things that Rebecca was looking at after you shared that with her. Go ahead and share what we were looking at. Well, I was looking at the donation statute under 251, and it's kind of conflicting because you got 251-18 and 251-19, which were independently passed by the House and Senate during the same session. One of them requires that release that you've done, but it doesn't specify release of the liability to which person or entity. But the second chapter of that says a release in favor of an entity that donates the labor. So the way that your release reads right now, it's...
There's no labor.
Well, labor, money, or other property. So technically it would be property if they're donating a piece of land for a section of time. All I'm saying is that we can totally do it. I just would rather do it as a mutual release to kind of reconcile those statutes to make sure we're doing it properly. The same exact thing that we did for Trinity, except for theirs is labor and yours is land. And I've got it, I've got one draft, I've got a template, and then I've also got an order, and we'll want to make sure that the value of it doesn't exceed over the $500 amount we want to report it. So I didn't know if the duration's going to be for how many months, you know, how much they could have charged someone as like a lease of that property. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, if they are giving this to us as the county and they want to write that off for tax purposes, we need to provide an amount and to make sure that that's reconciled by what we're providing on our documents.
There was no value talked about. No value.
Well, there probably is a value for it, and we need to, if it's more, you know, we need to come up with a value. It's not only to protect us, but, I mean, it's for IRS purposes too.
So you have a template?
Yeah, we have all of it. And what we're saying is, I think you guys can move forward with what you got today, but we have some other supporting documents. We are protected. We're not representing Mr. Becker and Mr. Musser, but they also, when we look at it, needs to be both ways, just so if something happens. So we're just saying, as we look at it, we appreciate the document that you got them to execute, and then you have a place for you to sign after this. But if we do a mutual one like y'all done before, I think everybody is better protected. And so when we saw that, we've had this come up before, I asked Rebecca to look a little bit deeper so we've got more information. So as far as proceeding today, I don't think there's any reason not to bring it up to the entire court. It's a great thing that the citizens in our community are doing that for our precinct, and we really appreciate that. But we want to have better documentation than what you've got provided. Thanks.
Provided, we'll get it signed.
We got it. You already got it. Got to change it few things. We'll let you look at the template to see if you have any questions before we change it. The one we have is a go-by from another training material. So if you look at it today, then we can make those alterations, and if it's a go, y'all vote on that, then we'll submit it to you.
Okay, so do we want to vote on this today, or do we need to postpone this?
There's no reason to postpone.
When they gonna start this milling?
They've already started, but they're, paused right now until they cover what they've already milled, so it'll be, probably next week sometime before they continue.
So we can go
We've got,
ahead and we'll be
we've
ready.
got a week to 10 days before they continue.
All right, so,
I make a motion to accept the donation of the use of land, providing we have the proper documents signed, provided by the district attorney's office.
okay.
Second.
All right, we have a motion from Commissioner Gonzalez and a second from Commissioner Shane. I'm sorry, Commissioner Phillips. Y'all kind of look like that. Do we have any other comment before we vote? All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed. Okay, thank you very much. I would note now the time is 10:16 a.m. The Commissioner's Court will now adjourn into executive session pursuant to Texas Open Meetings Act, Government Code Chapter 551.074, to discuss hiring legal counsel to represent the Commissioner's Court. So I have a motion to enter into the closed session. By Commissioner Gonzalez, do we have a second? Commissioner Shane. All in favor, say aye. Okay. Next item would be number 14, to discuss and consider hiring legal counsel to represent the Commissioner's Court, including compensation, start date, and all matters related. Mr. Gonzalez.
I make a motion to table this for further review.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Gonzalez to table until further review. Do I have a second? Second from Commissioner Shane. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'd like to also have a motion now to recess the meeting so we can attend the luncheon at the middle school. I make a motion. I have a motion from Phillips and a second from Gonzalez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And we will reconvene at the conclusion of the luncheon and come back and finish up the rest of our
I'm supposed to. Are you going?
They got some good barbecue.
Is that the folks out at Athens?
Here, well, it's your call.
Yeah, he doesn't have a store for
Yeah,
it.
but I'm worried.
Potatoes, I guess.
All righty, we'll call the meeting back to order. Do I have a motion to enter back into regular session from the recess? Commissioner Shane, Commissioner Gonzalez seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're down to item number 15, and that is to discuss and consider approving following budget amendments, Fund 34 budget adjustment grant amount $28,000. Ma'am? go ahead.
All right, we included a copy of the letter that, the director for adult probation, Mr. Daniels, received from the state. They're giving him an additional, $28,000, and he is wanting to budget, to buy a vehicle for their department. This is state funded, this is not county.
Can you buy one for $28,000?
He has one picked out, I believe.
He has to go through person that list just like everybody else.
He's usually pretty good about it. Prior the director wasn't.
Well,
When we talked about this before,
No, this one.
No.
all right, so we have a motion to approve this budget amendment.
Got a motion?
Commissioner Allen makes a motion, have a second.
Second.
Mr. Shane seconds the motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed.
Thank you.
Number 16 is to discuss and consider approving line item transfers.
Anybody have any questions over the line item transfers? Last call. Okay, and I have one that I'm fixing to present to you.
This is in addition to the one we got.
This one has not been mailed to you. And I will explain why. Public Works and IT agreed to, like George said, divvy up those duties. All right? They have, Public Works has also transferred one of the Public Works vehicles to the IT department for Mr. Gage to use to go do the 911, do the floodplain, and the duties. But there's no line item set up to cover parts and repairs, gas and oil for Mr. Gage, because he doesn't get a car allowance, travel allowance, like the other IT people. He's driving a county vehicle, but I need line items to charge if there's repairs, a tire inspection, oil change, or fuel. So I just estimated.
The rest of the year.
Okay, for the new budget, 2016, it's going to be real simple. Taking away from Public Works, adding to IT. It's going to be an even out, zero cost to the county, because we're just moving from one department to the other. They agreed that they would give Mr. Gage $10,000 some dollar raise for doing this. I don't know off the top of my head, he's making way less than the others, because he was brought in, I think, at like 30 something. Okay?
And one thing, just have his job description by itself.
Pardon me? I didn't
His
hear.
job description by itself. Nobody else does his job.
Nobody's doing it when they lost Dan. The original agreement was that I was going to take away from Danny's salary, associated with retirement, to cover that difference.
How much is Daniel?
When Danny retired, he had 500 hours on the books, according to the policy that we had to pay him out. And there was only $1,200 left in that line.
So we had to pay for $500.
487.9 something hours.
Thought the max was 240.
No. Not when you've been here 20 years and you retire in good standing. That's a little bit different.
Okay.
There's a little bit more you get when you leave, you know. So we have to pay him down, which was right at $12,000. Okay? So there's really nothing left in Public Works to help get this job done. Okay? We got a $68,000 check from TAC refunding us, so we get so good on our unemployment. But that's why I want to take this little $5,400 to balance that budget.
That's the issue.
Just for the, I had to explain to them, we're going through September, that's not an even swap, because we had to pay Danny out, plus we have July, August, and September left to operate on, which is seven pay periods. So I took the $10,000 that they agreed on, Fire Marshal agreed to give IT, divided it by 26 pay periods times 7 to get this number that I need. Plus whatever the FICA or the retirement would be.
Well,
It's okay. I
so
mean,
we're still saving several $1,000 from what we're not paying Danny.
well, I understand, let's hire somebody else to replace the job over the other one, then.
Yeah.
But we're not hiring the new guy in at what Danny was making.
Somehow or another.
Oh, no. No, Danny had merit, Danny had longevity, because he'd been here
over 20 years.
So I'm just curious what his base pay was, really. I mean, that he.
I don't have that with me because it's on y'all's salary sheet that I gave you when we were doing the budget.
But we're eliminating that job altogether at.
Well, but he was part-time with them, so we're not, done
Well,
full
but
elimination.
I think, how much did you talk about, Karen? I don't remember.
What was his last?
5,000.
Danny.
Right, they were gonna do the 10,000. I can show you the whole breakdown. On my paperwork, because I had figured it several ways just to help it make sense.
Then it's health insurance, that's about.
Now, think about this, because if he retires because of his years of service, we provide him insurance.
All of it are half.
I don't remember, you'd have to ask HR when that works, unless Laura
Oh, he's retired?
remembers. Do you remember, Laura?
He's been here
On
20
health
years.
insurance, after you've been here 20, 25 years and you retire, we furnish the health insurance. Is it all of it or half of it? Do you
It's
remember?
all of it if he's over 20 years.
It's part of it.
If he's over 20 years. All of it.
I thought so.
And
I thought so.
that's what it calls it.
We don't say that.
It was a good thought.
Yeah. Good try. Good try.
Try to think of all angles.
Yeah. When you say the social security report. Can you not give him a fuel lane card?
Sir,
Can we not give him a fuel lane card?
he's got one. But we have to
You gotta
charge it
budget
to
the
the
money.
department. You follow me?
Right.
Okay, I want y'all to understand. Danny was, budgeted $42,000. When we paid him out, that was $40,878. It only left $1,200 in that line. You see what I'm saying? Right here, Danny. This is what was budgeted. This is what we paid out. And that's what's left. So I don't have the money in that department. That department's already in trouble, simply for the reason we knew 2 people were retiring, so we only budgeted like a half year's salary, but when we paid them out, it made the line items go up, because they had been here a while.
5,442 dollars, that will come from the savings we had on the employee.
Right, we're sitting there with that, almost like the professional services, we got a big credit, so we have more than what we actually budgeted to spend. You remember me explaining that to you?
That'll make us whole for the end of September 30th.
Right. He was sitting at $42,113.
That was his annual salary.
And Gage is at 39 now, if you're looking at that salary thing you sent out.
Yes.
And did that
In
include,
addition to,
well, I know that included merit and longevity
Yes, sir.
at 42, that included.
Yes.
And so Gage is making 39 now.
Danny.
You got that sheet?
Danny is
I have,
basically 35,860.
Less longevity and.
This is what you sent out.
That's exactly what I think.
I mean, that has been 39, but I don't know if that was you already gave
Gage
him.
started out more than Danny was making every
So he's 39.
Yeah. Okay, Gage is sitting at 39.
And that's total. And we're not
39.
giving him the 10,000. His base pay is 35,860.
No, I'm not giving you 10,000.
I mean, isn't that what you said?
Well,
Somebody said?
all right, what it is, they originally said, because they're forgetting that we're almost at the end of the fiscal year, they're thinking calendar, all right? They wanted to take $35,859 away from Randy's budget and give the difference out in a salary to Gage, travel to Nicholas, and go back and give Randy half of that in extra help, and there's not any money to do that. So I figured it for 7 pay periods, just because Gage is doing the job, he started doing this probably a few days ago to keep it up, because it was so far behind.
So the bottom line is, can we give him 10,000 out of 35? Give him the rest of the money part-time and not save any money at all?
No, because it winds up zeroing it out, if you look at my figures for those line items, what it will do. It's just an even swap. But you can't do that until October 1 for the new budget.
What I'm missing something somewhere. Because when he said we're gonna combine 2 jobs to one, and we'll be saving that money. But in reality, we're not saving any money.
Yeah, we are, actually,
Gotcha.
with all his benefits, he was making 48,000.
Right.
We're gonna do the job at 10.5.
But the difference in this right here, this position you would pay.
Danny's base pay is 35.
Yes, but he was walking away. It was costing the taxpayers 46, 48.
I understand that.
Well,
We're talking about
the
base.
merit pay, insurance and everything, that's what it's total, the state paid $35,860.
Danny's base was $35,860. He had $1,950 merit, and he had $45,72.15
I
on
understand,
deputy.
but you don't want to pay somebody all the merit pay and everything.
No, I'm not trying to.
So what are we talking about starting gauged out at in
He's
this
gonna do
position?
both roles for 10.5.
A year?
So he's.
Plus it's 39.
That's what's gonna be right.
So Gabe is
So
going
he goes, he's already at 39,
49.5.
and Danny was base was at 35.8, so he's already making,
14,000.
yeah.
$14,000 more.
Well, no, he's already, his base was 35, Danny was, and Gabe's base is
So he's
39.
a GIS coordinator,
Right.
he's a 911 coordinator, and he's a floodplain engineer. There used to be 2 salary positions out there, a full-time GIS coordinator and his dual role position, a floodplain and 911.
Plus he has a degree.
So what is his base pay going to be yearly?
39 plus 75 is 49.
Y'all agree with that?
I don't know if it's base pay, but we may have to look at the budget when it comes to him wanting the rest of that salary. For another part-time, I don't know.
Yeah, and if you look at,
I think if we don't fill the other job at all, then we'll be all right.
you know, with Clayton, whenever he took over the, which he now wants to back out of, get out of, when he took over the vehicle, and we had been $6,000 so for additional duties. We did that, I'll do that.
But he's already.
All in all, with the
paid
new
more.
budget, you'll save about $6,500.
How much does rent for part-time pay
They wanted $17,930.
for next year? We could, did he say specifically on that, why that's Scotland?
If he gets busy, he was going to hire someone to go out and accept the use tax.
It'd be helpful to get a copy of that.
We'll make you a copy. I'll be happy
We
to.
should have had one today, so we can see what you're talking about.
George, what you gonna make a copy?
We get scolded when we don't provide
5 of them.
supporting materials.
It's a copy of this.
What did you say?
I said, we get scolded.
Okay, gentlemen, what's your pleasure?
I'm kind of reluctant to give him that 10,000 bump right off the bat when he's already making more than the guy that did it 20 years.
That's not true statement.
Huh?
Danny never did GIS, never did a technology component, ever. He never was GIS coordinator, never ran the SB product. Had nothing to do with
Give that to me, and I'm gonna make a copy. and
So
what you try to
what's
sell.
the new job, description, what is he gonna do with that?
Today, he's gonna be responsible for all the county's GIS mapping as he is.
Is he in now?
In addition, he's gonna be the GIS coordinator. What that role is, we are responsible for the MSEG data, or all the, all the critical data that the COG uses, so when you dial 911, you know your job.
So how big a job is that, being the coordinator? I mean, it's a computer program, right?
Well, it's a computer program, plus we do a lot of field, we have to go out, we lab alarm, we run hardware, we have to, the key thing is, that person that goes back rolling, now you don't have an issue with data coming into someone trying to maintain.
He's got it from the left hand to the right hand.
How did Danny do that?
Who Danny did? He didn't do the GIS component, but he did do the field work.
Yeah, but who did the other?
GIS, we have a GIS coordinator, he was no longer, we haven't had one for a long time. The consequences, our maps are a disaster. We had a consultant, the judge is aware of this, we had a consultant, a GIS consultant, come in here, look at the condition of our maps, and how we're dispatching people to 911 calls to places that don't exist or aren't on the map.
We had one down at Scurry that should have been in Elmo or someplace.
We have not had.
I'm just asking,
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what the job.
We have not had a GIS
I
coordinator
know
since
what you're
2011.
talking about, because I've got Buster over there, he's done all my, maps over there, meets and bounds, longitude, latitude, everything was on the culverts, on the roads. I've got everything down, I mean, we've got great uses for this young man in my precinct.
No, I'm not arguing that,
Yeah.
he's good, bad, whatever, I'm just trying to find out what the job is, exactly, so that we don't,
It's 3 roles.
yeah, I got it now.
And he was just mapping.
He was GIS coordinator.
He was. So now he does mapping coordinator and what else?
Floodplain administrator. We have an agreement with FEMA, so when we have, a flood or some kind of, if you come in and want to build a flood area, there's a process you have to go through. You have to go through a field. That's his role, to make sure we don't build a flood.
That's just one.
You see, that's what the issue I've got over at George, my precinct is, there wasn't a thoughtful, then drug in on the floodplain. And so anyway, maybe this can help us step this process up, because these people that put a berm across there, that backs up water onto my county road, plus backs up top field onto the big, municipal utility district that's sitting there, the homeless, mud sitting there, and so, anyway, and he's taken all of that dirt out of the floodplain. And it's about 1,500 feet, area to dig out, if they come in and fill it in, we can't do that. Not in a floodplain, and he's claimed, or somebody said that Amy gave him permission to do that, and I don't have Amy to give him permission to put dirt in the floodplain. But we're gonna have this all.
Well, this is a real important position.
Yes, yeah.
Very important.
And we've not done the same.
You can get us in trouble legally.
We spent about 6 months fighting with guys, we worked with a lot of good college students who were, we waited to hire them until they graduated, because we knew we could do it.
Yeah, I'm not even arguing the money, I'm just trying to figure out what the job does in the job that he's leaving. If he's taking
He's
half
not
the job,
leaving.
no, that's what I'm saying, he's taking half the job with him. So he's doing half, the only job he's leaving is the septic tank inspection.
These communities.
Hmm?
Let me just talk about that for a minute. Until Randy came, Randy was not doing septic tanks. He was doing these 2 roles. That's it.
I know, because I called him to try to get him to a septic tank thing.
You're paying $46,000 a year for 2 roles, floodplain and I don't know. That's what you're paying. So you're gonna get it for 10.5. You can't get that in the stick.
So the only thing to leave is the septic tank.
He's hired a new person. He has a new full-timer
To do that.
in that role. And what he asked for half of Danny's days, a part-timer, should he need one, if things get tough.
And with the $10 fee that we established earlier this year, that goes towards getting paid that salary.
Yeah, how many, does anybody have a clue how many septic tanks we have?
We have a lot.
Well, I'm just asking if we have a lot.
I don't know the exact number.
No, I'm saying. I'm just wondering.
No, sir, I have no idea.
How about how much that we put in a month in culvert permits, do you know what that number is?
Not
We
with me.
actually do the inspection.
Sure not. I can have it for you probably
Maybe
Thursday.
you give them an address. When you do a culvert, that's where their address is going. And then fill
Yeah,
out.
it's kind of involved.
Call for a question.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got, is about the car allowance. Wouldn't it be more economical for us to furnish them one of these surplus vehicles?
Yeah, you talked about it.
He didn't, he's not gonna get cars out.
The original agreement,
Start lining.
the original agreement was to give Nicholas, the other gentleman, a car allowance. That's not happening because Nicholas is leaving us. He's going back to California.
Yeah,
It's not included in what I've asked you to approve.
The purpose was he was gonna be a backup, he was gonna cost.
So we gotta remember that, and make sure that we don't sneak it.
Oh, I won't put it in.
No, I know you.
This one or that?
All right, we have an order for the question. Okay, motion. We have a motion from Commissioner Allen to approve the have other discussion?
I got one question.
Okay.
Which has to do with our road bond construction, Karen.
Yeah.
I don't know if I understand why we're transferring, or this $873,000 for construction costs. That's what's left from our bond money that goes to the precinct, and you're transferring this amount here to precinct 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, because I asked y'all to give me an estimate of what you were gonna spend by the end of September 2014, and didn't, and I budgeted an estimate, it's wrong, and I'm trying to fix you and give you all your money.
Okay.
That is it.
All right, we have a motion on the floor and a second. We have other questions. This item number 15. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, thank you very much. Item number 17 is to discuss and consider claims for payment. Gentlemen, I'm going to leave. I've got a meeting I need to go to in Carroll at 7, so Commissioner, I'll leave you in charge, and I will see y'all, I guess, at 8:30 upstairs. Yeah, and we'll try to get through by noon. If not, we'll come back after lunch and keep working. And this kid's gonna be gone for 1 day, so we won't get any more until after he gets back. So, but Karen and I intend on posting the proposed budget before the end of this month, before the end of July. And it's proposed until, we formally adopt the final budget. So we'll try to make sure there's no misunderstanding.
All right, your claims for payment are $1,015,000. Now it is, it's $1,716,426.74. $1,015,094,000 was a payment to Presbyterian Hospital for an inmate. $55,000 was some army construction. $327,000 was part of the road bond that we spent, and $469,000 was for insurance and the other things that we paid out for the employees. Any questions? CWD government is usually computers.
CDW, that's government. It was listed under tools real quick. This seems like it was, what page you want to see?
Page 52.
I was just kind of curious, I didn't understand like tools.
291. Hey, you do have to have tools to work on a computer.
Yeah, no, I know, but I want to make sure. Let me go to Jackhammer. Jackhammer? Yeah, you might need some of them.
Pneumatic jackhammer.
Yeah. I just kind of, I looked at it and I said, well, the tools and equipment, but tools and rental is 04 and one is new, so I couldn't figure out if it was right. So I just see something like catch my hand on the case. If they look wrong, they won't see what it is.
I say they got rid of your modular space building.
Yeah, that's because $7,000, I'm gonna send you a bill on that tomorrow.
Would they come pick it up?
Well, Jimmy wanted it, so I have to deliver it over at the site.
We're gonna put it behind the south campus. Careful.
You might put that on top of your septic tanks over there?
Yeah, it's all storage. Put it on the 17th and one more thing. Other than that, it's good. What handicap, let's see, and y'all couldn't get reception there.
Yeah, we couldn't get no place to put equipment in there.
Hello, so I mean, wasn't anything wrong with it other than just a few little things.
Sounds like a perfect storm.
So we're rid of that.
I didn't take care of it. When the first Kaufman, I thought, man, I probably see that big, and then they made me look twice, and I said, no, I see that big, what if you see the wrong that big? And under room two, I'm being charged to me. Well, this kind of everything. Know what?
That's why I can't find them, looking at the wrong thing.
Wrong thing?
Karen,
Yes, sir.
have we been paying, bar dues for, attorneys employed at Kaufman County?
Do you what, sir?
Have we been paying the bar dues for, our attorneys?
Oh, yes, yes, sir. Yes. Okay. This was, your LED and your swivel tilt bar. And that's for your computer, and then that was the line item we were given to. So it says LED high definition TV. And mount.
Where's the cable hookup?
I don't know, you need to ask IT that. There was a
I bet
purchase.
that's for the monitor.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a monitor.
It's
For
just
recording.
just for recording on the monitor on the courthouse.
Yeah.
And under, on page 7, under the big deal, under
On the big ones,
professional services.
page 7. Yes, sir.
The sixth from the bottom is Kaufman.
Yeah.
And I know who they are, I just wondered what they did for us, 16. The next two are little 7250s, I figured that was a phone call to them.
Probably so. They charge you for everything.
Yeah. I figured it was a review of some plans or something. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, the 7250 was plan review. The 1600 was for, I think they attended your commissioner's court, Seaway Crude meeting.
Well, the gift that keeps on giving.
What?
All right,
What they do, charge you?
charged, $1,678 for attending the meeting.
Well, they charge you for each person that attends.
That's our engineer fund.
Okay.
Oh, that was your engineering firm?
Yeah.
You all driving around tearing up the road?
Did I answer your question, Commissioner? Okay. Yeah, we do that for the different bridges too.
Yeah, thank you. I just thought.
Oh, no problem.
I see it.
Bruce made off with my original lease deal for that stockpile area.
The 10 foot.
Well, the one that I pulled through, I put it up.
Yes, sir.
I need to make sure I get that back.
Sorry for the confusion on that transfer for the line item.
It's okay, we know what's out. We'll talk about it, you see, sir.
You come through the media flash, it takes a while.
Do what? What did you say?
Stress.
You know, you need to understand how that's done here.
Motion to pay the bills.
Thank you.
I'll take it.
Motion made by Jackie Allen, seconded by Steve Phillips, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion. Second. All right. We're
Motion
adjourned.
made by Steve Phillips to adjourn, seconded by Jackie, all in favor say aye.
Thank you, Dennis.
guess y'all make